This is not going to be a full review. This is going to be real quick first impressions. How far in the game did I make it? I made it to the second boss and I didn't even beat him. So, there you go. I don't have time. For Honor's coming out. That's the one I want to give an actual full review of. But as you'll see, I still got plenty to say. If you don't know what it is, Nioh is a Dark Souls clone. There are people who are like, it's not a Dark Souls clone. Here's a list of reasons why it's not a Dark Souls clone. I'm like, it's a Dark Souls clone. I mean, if that's what you want, that's what you want. You want more souls, but at least admit it. The game takes practically everything from Dark Souls. Like, the fact that you start a dungeon, a bonfire-like save mechanic where if you die, you respawn back there, poisons and antidotes, stamina management, little soul snacks littered around the map, perishable souls that you can consume later, green blossoms that regenerate stamina, light attacks, strong attacks, blocking, dodging, plunging attacks, fire bombs, that thing with the well where if you hit the rock a soul treasure comes up, kicking down ladders for shortcuts back to the bonfire, boss title health bars, and bloodstain recovery. And even the frickin' you died screen. And Geralt. Wait, no, he's not Dark Souls. It's a Souls clone if Dark Souls was exclusively samurai stuff. There are a few differences. I wouldn't call them improvements, because honestly, they just make it even harder and more stupidly difficult and impossible and frustrating and make you want to throw shit. There is a stance system, so you can have a weapon in high guard, medium guard, or low guard. It's like this stance does the most damage, this stance blocks the most damage, and this stance attacks the quickest. But I mean, as cool as it is to see your guy hold the samurai swords in different positions, I mean, really, this seems unnecessary. This is why there's different weapons in the first place. And when every single weapon that's got different statistics also has 3 different modes, they throw individuality out the window. And it makes the weapons become stats and nothing more. There's also like a spirit Pokemon you can pick at the beginning that like enhances you in some way. One actual nice change it's made to the Souls formula is that you can see the enemy stamina bars, so you know what they've actually run out of stamina too, and it proves to you that they're not just spamming attacking you into oblivion like those assholes from Dark Souls 2. That makes it seem more fair, and that helps you plan stuff out. But also, when your stamina hits 0, or when you block an attack and you don't have enough stamina to hold the block, you go into like stun star mode, like if your shield broke in Super Smash Bros. And that lasts several seconds, and it murders you. Good luck getting out alive if that happens. There's also a new mechanic called Twilight Missions, which you can replay missions on a harder difficulty. Groundbreaking. The visual style and the feel of the game is distinct. You know, it's not medieval dungeon crawler, it's samurai quickness. It's from the people who made Ninja Gaiden. So it is a much, much faster game than even Bloodborne. If you're using dual swords and you're holding them in low stance, you attack ridiculously fast. One super awesome thing that I want to see more in this game is the fact that it lets you pick between a high frame rate and a high resolution. You can run the game in 30 FPS at a high resolution, or you can run the game in 60 FPS. Or there's a third option, and I'm not quite sure what the difference is with that one. So all you other games out there in the industry just got done a huge disservice because Nioh proved that you can have a frame rate option on a console game. But once again, like Dark Souls, the game looks kinda ugly. So you're playing this game and you're like, wow, this is a Dark Souls clone. Wow, this has all the same problems as Dark Souls, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It uses super generic and uninspired locales. Like, here's a dirty fishing village. We'll hop along the rooftops and everything's on fire. Like, that hasn't been done a trillion times in an action game before. There are like 5 games coming out this month. You gotta hook me instantly with a super unique visual style where I'm like, wow, I don't understand this. You have demons jumping around everywhere. Why does this have to try to be realistic? You know, throw some sci-fi fantasy stuff in there. Have a cool, sleek-looking game. They need to hire some of the cinematographers working in Hollywood to, like, design some of their levels for them. Because they look ugly! So in the first level, I passed this, like, very pretty pink tree, and I'm like, that looks gorgeous. Why aren't those everywhere? For a PS4 game coming out in 2017, other than the frame rate option, the game doesn't do anything cool or unique visually. There's no like, hey, we're gonna excel in this category. It's just kind of a lot of particle effects and a lot of colors and a lot of whoosh, 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 ah. And like Dark Souls, there is no semblance of a story. You'll find yourself asking questions like, who's that guy? What is he doing? Why is he doing what he's doing? Who knows? Who cares? Quite possibly the biggest difference from Dark Souls is the loot, the items itself. It's very MMO Division. There's 16 of the same item with different stats kind of thing. It's not like Dark Souls where here's this sword, it's got its own stats. It's like not unique individual weapons. It's just stat upgrades, and I'm not a fan of that. It's like the Division, you know, grinding for loot, getting thought. Like, at the end of the first level, I had like 600 things in my inventory, and I just threw them all out. If you were looking to buy a Nioh or not, I mean, it's a Souls clone through and through. I mean, being a samurai is kind of fun. You can dress up in samurai gear and be like, oh, I am a samurai. Each warrior must kill 10 men before dying. So if you want to roleplay as a samurai and have the basic Souls combat, there you go. It's fun chopping off people's limbs and heads, too. That was a nice thing they added. I don't know about you, but for me, this is the 4th consecutive Souls game we've gotten each year, and I'm so not ready for more, and I am franchise fatigued to hell and back. It takes all the negatives of the From Software games, too. You know what I would have liked to see is somebody take the Souls combat and get rid of the bullshit save system. You know what compounds having a stupid, shitty, generic locale? The fact that you have to run through it 60, 100 million, trillion times. And it's so boring and frustrating and repetitive. It's like, checkpoints, please? So this is more of an informative video, just letting you know what it is and if you want to pick it up. I guess that's the point of a review, isn't it? I rented it and I have no desire to continue playing. Like I just said, if you want more Souls with a little samurai touch to it, there you go. But for everyone else, I can't recommend it. I'm sorry. Failure. Hey, let's throw up a poll. Polls are fun, right? What's your favorite Souls-like game? We have 5 of them now to pick from. I'm gonna throw Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3 into one choice because they are the same game. Have fun, bye!